Class C. Judd Hoos of Rushville, 30-1. He also is a senior. 5-2 over Jake Gideon of Burwell. Roos is on the left down there in Class C. Over in D, the score remains 2-1. Matt Klimke of Oshkosh leading unbeaten Jack Sillick of Arapahoe. 25 seconds remain down in D.
Sillick's been riding him this whole period. It's got to have some effect on Klemke, getting ridden for 2 minutes, but he's unable to turn him.
In Class B, we go to the third period, the final 2 minutes. In the foreground, it's Mike Jackson leading Trent Spady of Imperial 10-4. Spady coming in as the defending champion. Working on a major decision in Class A, it's Eric Hill of Omaha North. He leads 10-2, 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Now 10-3 over Paul Masters of Scotts Bluff. We're tied at 2 apiece heading into the third period in Class D between Klemke and Sillick. Attendance this afternoon at the finals, 9,031. The total for the 3-day state tournament, 38,500. And certainly want to thank everybody who traveled long distances to come here to Lincoln to support this outstanding tournament. Saturday is a day when tradition really meets excitement, and we're glad to have you all here Thursday through Saturday. In Class D, some excitement happening down there. A 4-2 lead now for Jack Sillick of Arapahoe, trying to keep that unbeaten streak alive and into his senior season on a winning note.
Throwing in a half, trying to get some pressure again. He's coming out to the side, trying to get some leverage. Out of bounds.
Beginning the third period in Class A, Eric Hill of Omaha North leading 10-3 over Paul Masters of Scotts Bluff. In Class B, Mike Jackson 12-6 over Trent Spady of Imperial. Mike Jackson has been a bully through this Class B 171-pound field. 3 pins in the tournament. He's had his troubles with Spady, but he's had his way on the scoreboard. Takedown now for Jackson. He's working on a major. He leads 14-6. That's in B. In C, it's Judd Roos of Rushville, 5-2 over Jake Gideon of Burwell.
Looks like Hoos from Rushville in that Class C match has the best of Gideon, not only on the scoreboard, but looks like Hoos is getting stronger as the match goes on, and Gideon is starting to fade a little bit. Down in D, we still see tough riding going on down there. A lot of pressure by Sillick, but he's unable to turn the man. Of course, he's ahead by 2. He doesn't have to worry so much with 30 seconds to go, but he wants to remain aggressive so the official doesn't start warning him for stalling.
And in Class C, that is, it's Judd Hoos of Rushville. I may have said Roos earlier, so my apologies. 5-3, Hoos in the lead over Jake Gideon of Burwell. In Class A, Eric Hill has a commanding lead on Paul Masters of Scotts Bluff, but for Curly Alexander and his Omaha North Vikings, they need bonus points. And it's over in Class B, and 2 in a row for Boys Town. Mike Jackson with an 18-8 major over Trent Spady of Imperial, dethroning the defending champion. And Mike Jackson joins Derek Willis as Boys Town Cowboys on the victory stand. And in Class D, it's now a final. The winner, Jack Sillick of Arapahoe, 34-0 and a state champion.
Unofficially, we don't have the updated score precisely, but unofficially, Omaha North is now out of it, even if they were to get a pin here. But that's unofficially. We don't have the official scores with us.
Clinton Childs is coming up for Omaha North. It may come down to his match. Again, we'll take a look at the standings and get that to you as soon as we can. And now Hoos in Class C with the quick pin as time nears conclusion. Not satisfied with the decision, he's going to end it with the pin. 6 seconds remain in Class C, and Judd Hoos of Rushville, his 31st win of the year, is the state champion. There he is, the senior. Third pin of the tournament, entered this field with the best record, one of 4 returning medalists. He was third a year ago when he beat Jake Gideon in the third and fourth place match. This year he beats Gideon for first. The only match now remaining at 171 pounds has just come to a conclusion, and it's Eric Hill of Omaha North does not get the major, and that may hurt the Vikings in the team race. Eric Hill, his second straight state title, defeats Paul Masters of Scottsbluff 12-5. And in all likelihood, without the bonus points, that will ensure the team title for Lincoln High, the first Lincoln team since 1970 to win the Class A state championship.
On mat number 2, Matt Barada of Omaha.
Coming up next, it'll be the 189-pound weight class, but here are the results at 171. Eric Hill of Omaha North is a two-timer, defeats Paul Masters of Scotts Bluff in Class A. In Class B, it's Mike Jackson of Boys Town, defeats Trent Spady 18-8 in the matchup at Class B. In Class C, Judd Hoos with a pin with 6 seconds remaining as the champion over Jake Gideon, and Jack Sillick remains unbeaten with a 4-2 win over Matt Klemke of Oshkosh. And now the 189-pounders, and it's Clinton Childs taking on Mike Shadwinkle of Alliance in A. In B, Matt Parado of Omaha Roncalli taking on Ryan Johnson of McCook. In Class C, Nick Sather of Bennington, 29-2, takes on Jack Preibel of Wilbur Claytonia. And in Class D, Matt Garris of Humboldt meets Rex Hart of Culbertson.
A little sideline in the Class D match down there with Culbertson. The coach, Neil Randall, in his first year at Culbertson, and worked for me just last year as a teacher in UTAN, and left UTAN in order to become a head wrestling coach. So he's obviously happy with what's happening to him at this point with a state finalist.
And quickly a takedown for Rex Hart from Culbertson, 2-0 in Class D. A lot of action in Class B as well. This is Ryan Johnson of McCook and Mike Parado of Omaha Roncalli. Johnson near back points. And he does. He gets 2 back points. In Class A, Clinton Childs will take the up position. He, of course, is a football recruit to the University of Nebraska, one of the best running backs in state history. He leads that match 2-0 over Mike Shadwinkle of Alliance.
In Class C, we just saw Preibel try to do a little arm spin, but it was unsuccessful, and so Nick Sather takes a 2-0 lead on that takedown.
In B, it's Ryan Johnson of McCook with a 4-0 lead over Mike Parado. In Class C, Nick Sather of Bennington leading Jack Preibel of Wilbur Claytonia, a pair of seniors in Class C. Both of these guys have 2 pins heading into this final. Preibel, a big winner down in the semifinals. He defeated Randy Kramer of Wisner-Pilger 4-2. Kramer came into this tournament and into the semifinals with a 31-0 record.
Down in Class A there we saw Clinton Childs intentionally let his man go, and then Mike came back from lines with a takedown attempt, but it was a long, low shot, much too far away, and allowed Clinton Childs an easy walk around for 2 more points.
Clinton Childs needs a big performance here in Class A. Again, it looks like unofficially Lincoln High will have the team championship in Class A, but Childs with some bonus points, a fall or a technical fall in Class A could really tighten things up and maybe overtake the Lynx. We'll know after this match. In Class B, Ryan Johnson of McCook, 27-6, a senior, the 1991 runner-up with a 4-0 lead over Mike Parado of Roncalli. In Class C, it's Nick Sather of Bennington leading Jack Preibel of Wilbur Claytonia, a pair of seniors there. Sather 2-0, and in Class D, It's Rex Hart of Culbertson, 29-1, looking for win number 30. He leads 4-1 over Matt Garris of Humboldt.
Class C, we just saw a nice move there. Sather comes back, gets a reversal. I think what happened there is Preble got a little bit too high and didn't quite know where he was at.
Sather now 4-0. And 4-0 is also the score in Class B for Ryan Johnson. Again, he is trying to better his runner-up finish from a year ago. And this is his last chance to do it. He's a senior. 2 pins in the tournament for Ryan Johnson. Parado was 6th a year ago. In the semifinals, he defeated Guy Gilsdorf of Imperial 4-2. Gilsdorf was the Class C runner-up a year ago and was unbeaten heading into that semifinal. So 2 great wrestlers in Class B.
Down in Class A, Mike Shadwinkle is game. He's staying in there. He's hustling hard, but he's in trouble now. Child's trying to get those bonus points we were talking about. He does get some back points, I think. No, I guess not. Looked like he was going to count off some back points, but Childs is ahead 8-2. And as I say, Shadwinkle game, trying to do the best he can, but I think he's just outmanned in this match.
Down in Class D, it's Rex Hart with a 6-4 lead over Matt Garris of Humboldt, still in the second period. Bill Dolman and Bob Fears live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, winding down the 1992 Nebraska State High School Wrestling Tournament. Glad to have you with us here on Nebraska ETV. It's our 23rd year of bringing the state finals to you, and we're certainly proud to do it. It's a great meet every year. In A, Clinton Childs with a 10-3 lead now over Mike Shadwinkle of Alliance. Childs last year was the runner-up at 171 pounds. This will be his 4th straight year that he's placed in this meet. He's had a good meet, too. He opened up the tournament with a pin, and that is Childs on top in Class A. He opened up the tournament with a pin and then 2 straight major decisions, and he's working on a major again here. Injury time in Class B. I think we had a bloody nose for Mike Parado of Roncalli. He trails Ryan Johnson of McCook 5-0. In Class C, in the lower right of your screen, it's Nick Sather of Bennington, a 4-0 lead on Jack Preble of Wilbur Claytonia. In Class D, it's Rex Hart of Culbertson leading Matt Garris of Humboldt 7-4. Well, I have a moment for you basketball fans who are tuning in, and I'd like to tell you, if you want to watch the game tonight on tape delay, tune your sound down for just a moment. But earlier today in college basketball, the Nebraska men with a huge win in Ames, Iowa, defeat the Iowa State Cyclones 80-70. So a big win for Nebraska head coach Danny Nee and all of his Cornhuskers. And Nebraska, of course, in the thick of things for an NCAA tournament berth. Right here, we're at the State High School Wrestling Tournament. And we've had some great action, a lot of down-to-the-wire matches and some close matches that have gone against unbeaten wrestlers, state champions who have lost their titles. We've seen some pins. We've seen it all. It's been really exciting. And, of course, coming up, the match we talked about earlier, a couple of Nebraska football recruits will be taking at it in Class B at 275 pounds, so look forward to that one. In the third period in Class A, Clinton Childs 14-5 over Mike Shadwinkle. More injury time in Class B. Ryan Johnson of McCook with that 5-0 lead over Mike Parado of Roncalli, who is injured at the moment. In Class C, it's Jack Preble on your screen in the down position, trailing Nick Sather of Bennington with a minute remaining in that match, 6-0. And in Class D, Rex Hart has upped his lead to 9-4 over Matt Garris of Humboldt. No unbeaten wrestlers in this final.
There in Class C on top, we see that we're trying to get a cradle from that position, but we cannot get Preble to come down. So now we've got the crossbody right on, trying to keep him broken down. He has a nice lead. All he needs to do is maintain his position here.
15 seconds remaining in Class A. Clinton Childs with an 11-point lead. He may need a technical fall if the Vikings are going to have a chance at the state title. Time runs out, and Childs will have himself an 18-7 major decision and a state championship. But unfortunately for the Vikings in the team race, it may not come to be. The Lincoln High Lynx may well have their second team championship in their school's history. Clinton Child's MAT career comes to an end. He'll win the gold medal at 189 pounds in Class A. And Nebraska football fans can look forward to seeing him in Memorial Stadium for the years to come. In Class C, time is winding down. And Nick Sather of Bennington keeps his 6-0 lead till the end. And he defeats Jack Preibel of Wilbur Claytonia. So the champion at 189 pounds in Class C is Nick Sather of Bennington with his 30th win of the year.
In Class D, as they start to get ready to go again, we have 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Rex Hart in the top position, currently leading 11-7.
Hart also looking for his 30th win. 35 seconds remaining in Class B, and Ryan Johnson is holding on to that lead, and a stalemate is called there. Johnson in white on the left of your screen. In Class D, it's Rex Hart of Culbertson leading 11-7. 50 seconds remaining in that match. Hart of Culbertson in the top position in the dark singlet. Also want to remind you wrestling fans that if you got a couple hours at the conclusion of this meet and you weren't able to make it down to the state high school tournament, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, ranked 10th in the country, will be taking on Northern Iowa in a duel of top 10 teams at the conclusion of this tournament. So head on down to the Bob Devaney Sports Center if you can fight your way through traffic. Promises to be a great matchup, and of course it's the final home dual appearance for Nebraska senior Chris Nelson, and you also see Corey Olson in action, two guys that are on their way, or hopefully on their way, to national titles this year. So we encourage you to come on down for that one. Time runs out in the second period in Class B, so all that injury time has put us back on schedule in B. Ryan Johnson of McCook with a 5-0 lead. In Class D, 20 seconds remain, and Rex Hart, fourth place a year ago, may be on his way to a state title at 189 pounds in Class D. Hart, a junior from Culbertson, is leading Matt Garris, a senior from Humboldt, 11-7 with 5 seconds remaining. Rex Hart, the man on top, will finish on top. Rex Hart from Culbertson, a junior. He'll have a chance to repeat. Finishes the season 30-1. And now Class B, 1.5 minutes remains in that matchup. Ryan Johnson of McCook in white, taking on Mike Parado of Omaha Roncalli in the maroon. And Johnson now leads 7-0 with 1.5 minutes remaining.
As we're winding down here, we'll notice that we've got a big leg brace in here in Class B, and some people say, well, why would you put somebody out there that's injured? Well, we've got a situation, I guess, that we need to look at from a couple of points of view. One, we have a senior. The doctor obviously felt he couldn't injure it any more severely, and so he ought to take his best shot at it, and that's what he's doing. And I'm sure they wouldn't have put him out there if they felt there was a chance of him being injured further. That may have hampered him enough to keep him from winning a championship, but he can still look back on this and know that he got to the state finals, and that will be something he'll remember forever.
And he can come back again next year. He's just a junior. We're speaking of Mike Parado from Omaha Roncalli. Parado coming in 30-6 on the season. Well, maybe he is a senior. Bob's got him as a senior. I have him as a junior. He trails with 1 minute remaining, 7-6, and he's having some problems with that knee brace. Again, if you're just joining us, we're getting down towards the end of this state championship. Greeley Spalding Academy will win it in Class D. In Class C, Rushville was the winner in the team race, and McCook, with an outstanding performance through the early rounds, they took the state title, the team title in Class B even before today began. In Class A, we had a great match down to the end. Lincoln High, with all of its finalists in the beginning portions of today's finals, in Omaha North, taking it all the way to the 189-pound matchup with the Omaha North Vikings, who had some setbacks earlier this year. They were the favorite all season long for the Class A state championship. But some unfortunate things that happened to the team. They stuck together and they gave a good effort. But unfortunately, it looks as though they will come up short to the Lincoln High Lynx, whose coach Tom Christie can take home the second state championship in that school's history.
We're down to the 32nd point in this match, and it looks as if we're going to have a champion here for McCook, who's done an outstanding job throughout this tournament with Ryan Johnson winning again for them, and it comes away with 28-6. And I think that probably McCook's efforts in this tournament have come a long way to establishing them as a team to beat in the next few years.
10 seconds remaining, and Mike Parado is a senior, so this is his final moments in high school wrestling. He will be the runner-up at 189 pounds in Class B. And another state champion for McCook High School, and Dave Gordon. He said coming into this meet that it was 12 years in getting this program at McCook High School to this point to where they could fight for the state championship. They've done it. They've also got several individual champions to show for their efforts.
On mat number 1.
And now we'll get set to go with the big boys, the heavyweights at 275 pounds. But first, let's take a look at the results at 189 pounds. Clinton Childs of Omaha North defeated Mike Shadwinkle 18-7. In Class B, it was Ryan Johnson of McCook. You just saw it defeating Matt Parado 7-1. In Class C, Nick Sather of Bennington 6-0 over Jack Preibel of Wilbur. And in Class D, Rex Hart defeated Matt Garris of Humboldt 11-7. And coming up, it's the heavyweights, the 275-pound weight class. In Class A, Ryan Smith tries to beat unbeaten Damon Wells of Creighton Prep. In D, it's the matchup we've talked about, Chris Dishman of Cozad and Jeff Ogard of St. Paul. In Class C, Mike Radke, a tough order, coming up against Scott Stera, a two-timer, looking for his third title. And in Class D, Trevor Topp of Winside and Mitch Cave of Weeping Water. Damon Wells is unbeaten for Omaha Creighton Prep in Class A. He is in blue, and he is on the left momentarily, trying to get a throw, and he's got some Ryan Smith of Scotts Bluff in some trouble. In Class A, we may have a pin.
He's got a lot of weight there to try to hold up as he steps over to get leverage.
Damon Wells, 25-0 on the season. Class A.
It's going to be tough to get out of there, and he doesn't.
A pin in 31 seconds for Damon Wells of Omaha Creighton Prep. Ends the season 26-0. In Class C now, it's Mike Radke of Gibbon, and we have some trouble in Class D brewing.
Down there indeed, Trevor Topp has a headlock. He's got Cave in trouble. So Topp from Winside trying to end this match quickly with a fall. You see that it's close. The referee's down there. He's awfully tough.
Trevor Topp in the pinstriped outfit, taking on Mitch Cave of Weeping Water, a pair of seniors. Topp has a 16-second pin and a 2-minute and 21-second fall in the tournament, but he struggled to a 1-0 win in his semifinal matchup. Not struggling here, and he's got a pin. Plenty of action brewing here at the 275-pound weight class. In Class B at the top of your screen, it's Chris Dishman of Cozad. In the red on your screen. Now on the right, taking on Jeff Ogard of St. Paul in the blue and yellow, the two-tone outfit. And while you're watching these two football recruits go at it, and a takedown for Ogard, he is the defending champion and unbeaten at 17-0. In Class C, Scott Stara of David City is 32-0 and has won the last two state championships at this weight class. He was runner-up in 1989 as a freshman. Mike Radke of Gibbon coming in 28-3. He's also a senior. He got to this final matchup with 3 straight pins, so a great matchup in C on the bottom of your screen.
On the two mats, will run approximately 45 minutes. The meet will feature
8 seconds remaining.
Powers from Northern Iowa, Wrestling,
In
Nebraska.
Class B, Period 1, Jeff Ogard of St. Paul leads it 2-0.
Right here on the arena floor, so admission is free, and you don't even have to move from your seats.
In Class C, first period comes to an end.
To set up the match.
It's 5-2 in favor of Mike Radke of Gibbon. Or check that. David City Scott Stara has the lead. That's Stara right there on your screen in the black on the bottom of your screen. He's 32-0. He's a senior. He also got to the finals with 3 straight pins.
Oh, and he headlocks him right there. Scott Stara gets an escape, comes right back, goes to the headlock. He's got his man in trouble. It's going to be tough for him, and he doesn't get out of there.
14 seconds into the second period, and Scott Stara is a 3-time state champion. He ends his senior year 33-0 with a pin over Mike Radke of Gibbon. Well, the match we touched on at the top of the telecast is now the only match remaining. It pits Jeff Ogard of St. Paul and Chris Dishman of Cozad. 3 pins so far in the heavyweight matches. The latest by the man on the bottom of your screen, Scott Stara. Now Class B. It's Dishman of Cozad in the red, Ogard in the blue and yellow. Ogard with a 3-0 lead after the escape. Dishman in his first match, a 15-second pin, and then has 2 one-point decisions in his last 2 matches.
Dishman trying to come in for a bear hug there. Ogard being the taller of the two.
$3-0 is the score. Jeff Ogard of St. Paul, the defending champion. Scott Stara of David City has already repeated. Ogard trying to do the same, 17-0. He has 2 pins in the tournament to this point.
At that final heavyweight match, we just saw that Jeff Ogard was warned for stalling because Dishman's been trying to take the fight to him. The referee told him he's got to stay in there and scrap, not to play the edge of the mat.
32 seconds remaining. Bob, how tough is it for these 2 guys? They've been in the limelight over the last, for the majority of this school year. They both knew that in all likelihood they may meet in the finals of wrestling. They've had all the football spotlight on them, and here they are meeting in front of everybody. Now this is the only match going on.
Well, what's interesting, an attempted throw there by Ogard, and a lot of activity here, and
no points.
And nothing really. Nobody actually grabbed hold and held on to something, but it could have been points going either way there. I think that it could be difficult, except the reality is probably they don't even realize they're the only match going on now. They're so intent on what they are doing, they're not concerned with the other 3 matches. So they're probably not aware of the fact they're the only ones being watched at this time.
Dishman has won his last 28 matches in a row. He lost his opening match of the season, and now Ogard trying to put a cap on it. Ogard 17-0, looking for 18 with the pin.
That was kind of a bad move by Dishman. He put himself in trouble, and Ogard's going to capitalize on it.
Dishman looked extremely tired coming out of that start, and it may cost him. Jeff Ogard looking for the pin and the state title in Class B. And Dishman gets away, but 3 back points for Jeff Ogard. He now leads 6-0 with a minute and a half remaining.
And that would have taken an awful lot of starch out of Dishman. I'm afraid that probably took most of his energy, just avoiding getting pinned there, but he kind of sat out, caught himself in a bad position there, and Ogard decided to take advantage of it.
Jeff Ogard in the top position, leading Dishman 8-0 now, working on a major decision and working on some more back points. Dishman just looks extremely tired.
I believe that he is, and Ogard being a little bit larger of them, catching him on his back there just would have drained him, I'm sure.
Dishman, of course, led his football team to the Class B state championship last fall. Ogard, one of the most highly sought-after football players in Nebraska last year. Both are going to stay here in Lincoln and do their schooling. The three other matches here at the heavyweight 275-pound weight classes ended in pins. This one, in likelihood, will go to the distance, 10 seconds remaining. Damon Wells, Scott Stara, and Trevor Topp, all winners by pins. And a late takedown for Chris Dishman, but Jeff Ogard will join those three in the winner's circle, the heavyweight champion in Class B. And he finishes his senior year 18-0 with an 11-2 win over Chris Dishman.
There, I think we see two very tired young men as they walk off the mat. People often say, well, those heavyweights just never get in shape. Well, I think quite often they get in pretty good shape, but you got to remember, they're just carrying an awful lot of bulk.
In Class A, the winner, Damon Wells, with a 31-second pin over Ryan Smith of Scotts Bluff. In Class B, you just saw the conclusion. Jeff Ogard of St. Paul finishes the season 18-0 and the state champion in Class B. In Class C, the winner, Scott Stara, his third straight state championship, and he finishes the year 33-0 with a pin of Mike Radke of Gibbon. And in Class D, the winner is Trevor Topp with a pin of Mitch Cave.
140-pound medal winners.
Let's go to John Shaw for the presentation of the awards for the last 7 weight classes.
Fifth, Mike Bond of Omaha Bryan. Fourth, Jeff Lovell of Millard South. Third, Eric Rounds of Gering. Second, Bart Murphy of Lincoln High. The 1992 Class A 140-pound Nebraska State champion, Mark Blasco of Kearney. The Class B 140-pound medal winners. Sixth, Jeremy Olson of Holdridge. Fifth, Jerry Cartwright of York. Fourth, Bill Logry of McCook. Third, Mike Brummer of Gretna. Second, Jason Godwin of Minden. The 1992 Class B 140-pound Nebraska State champion, Brett Ray of Takema Herman. The Class C 140-pound medal winners. Sixth, Nate Camrath of David City. Fifth, Randy Coleman of Tri-County. Fourth, Saul Gompert of Creighton. Third, Justin Wilson of North Platte, St. Pat's. Second, Matt Overding of Burwell. The 1992 Class C 140-pound Nebraska State champion, Jay Endens of Bridgeport. The Class D 140-pound medal winners. Sixth, Joe Benson of Cambridge. Fifth, Corey Foster of Friend. Fourth, Randy Craig of Hyannis. Third, Mike Stewart of Pope John. Second, Jake Bentz of Humboldt. The 1992 Class D 140-pound Nebraska State champion, Steve Broker of Oxford. The Class A 145-pound medal winners. Sixth, Wally Buckley of Omaha Bryan. Fifth, Brian Scott of Ralston. Fourth, Jared Ponce of Lincoln High. Third, Craig Myers of Omaha Gross. Second, Shane Adams of Gering. The 1992 Class A 145-pound Nebraska State champion, Sean Bush of Millard North. The Class B 145-pound medal winners. Sixth, Jason Crumley of O'Neill. Fifth, Tom Chappell of Falls City. Fourth, Jim Burns of Omaha Roncalli. Third, Kirk Knoll of St. Paul. Second, Phil Smart of Omaha Cathedral. The 1990 Brom of Ansley. Second, Kip Fisher of Beaver City. The 1992 Class D 145-pound Nebraska State champion, Brandon Muse of Arapahoe. The Class A 152-pound medal winners, Tim Graves of North Platte, Kashasha Station of Omaha Central, 5th. 4th, Chad Picorni of Norfolk. 3rd, Brad Kelly of Grand Island. 2nd, Nick DeGeorge of Omaha Creighton Prep. The 1992 Class A Nebraska 152-pound Nebraska State Champion, Matt Goldwitzer of Millard South. The Class B 152-pound medal winners, 6th, Mike Beeman of Gretna. 5th, Nick Meisenberg of Seward. 4th, Brandon Dietrich of Omaha Cathedral. 3rd, Corey Arntz of Cozad. 2nd, Brian Weatherly of Tacoma Herman. The 1992 Class B 152-pound Nebraska State Champion, Craig Skidmore of Plattsmouth. The Class C 152-pound medal winners, 6th, Chris Greer of Clearwater Ewing. 5th, Luke Gideon of Burwell. 4th, Corey Darrell of David City. 3rd, Riley Schneider of Bridgeport. 2nd, Todd Zimmer of Creighton. The 1992 Class C 152-pound Nebraska State Champion, Corey Stork of Arlington. The Class D 152-pound medal winners, 6th, Jesse Phillips of Sand Hills. 5th, Kirk Knoll of Beaver City. 4th, Bill Gross-Nicholas of Oxford. 3rd, Ray Knott of Weeping Water. 2nd, Eric Beckman of Pender. The 1992 Class D 152-pound Nebraska State Champion, Matt Rydell of Oshkosh. The 160-pound Class A medal winners, 5th, Matt Kesey of Pavilion La Vista. 4th, Troy Smith of Alliance. 3rd, Shane Schramm of Omaha Creighton Prep. 2nd, Ryan Panowitz of Kearney. The 1992 Class A 160-pound Nebraska State Champion, Willie Hill of Omaha North. The Class B 160-pound medal winners, 6th, Rich Velde of York. 5th, Mark Snow of Tacoma Herman. 4th, John Dirks of Ashland Greenwood. 3rd, Justin Shores of Lexington. 2nd, Josh Balhoney of Omaha Roncalli. The 1992 Class B 160-pound Nebraska State Champion, Derek Willis of Boys Town. The Class C 160-pound medal winners, 6th, Justin Gibson of Hemingford. 5th, Ivan Bevington of Valley. 4th, Travis Langford of North Platte St. Pat's. 3rd, Monty Christensen of Fort Calhoun. 2nd, Greg Swelly of Wood River. The 1992 Class C 160-pound Nebraska State Champion, Ryan O'Hare of Centennial. The Class D 160-pound medal winners, 6th, George Urbanik of Pender. 5th, Todd Peters of Palmer Waback. 4th, Ryan Frank of Harvard. 3rd, John Dake of Bertrand. 2nd, Andy Wright of Mullen. The 1992 Class D 160-pound Nebraska State Champion, Kurt Fost of Pope John. The 171 Class A medal winners, 6th, Kenny Morrow of Grand Island. 5th, Thom Newcomb of Norfolk. 4th, Paul Antoniuk of Omaha Bryan. 3rd, Gilbert Ortez of Bellevue East. 2nd, Paul Mastis of Scotts Bluff. The 1992 Class A 171-pound Nebraska State Champion, Eric Hill of Omaha North. The Class B 171-pound medal winners, 6th, Justin Armstrong of Ogallala. 5th, Kevin Rose of St. Paul. 4th, Doug Peterson of Tacoma Herman. Third, Ben Fry of Waverly. Second, Trent Spady of Imperial. The 1992 Class B 171-pound Nebraska State Champion, Mike Jackson of Boys Town. The Class C 171-pound medal winners: 6, Craig Beck of Sandy Creek. 5th, Chris Delson of Fort Calhoun. 4th, Matt Lorig of West Point Central Catholic. 3rd, Scott Turner of Bennington. 2nd, Jake Gideon of Burwell. 1st, the 1992 Class C 171-pound Nebraska State Champion, Judd Hughes of Rushville. The Class D 171-pound medal winners: 6, Chris Holste of Oxford. 5th, Dan Gloss of Callaway. 4th, Randy Papineau of SEM. 3rd, Matt Lane of Ansley. 2nd, Matt Klemke of Oshkosh. The 1992 Class D 171-pound Nebraska State Champion, Jack Selick of Arapaho. The Class A 189-pound medal winners: 6, Kobe Werner of Norfolk. 5th, Andy Farrell of Omaha West Side. 4th, Danny Neal of Pavilion La Vista. 3rd, Tim Grasmick of Millard North. 2nd, Mike Shadwinkle of Alliance. The 1992 Class A 189-pound Nebraska State Champion, Clinton Childs of Omaha North. The Class B 189-pound medal winners: 6, Brian Mahlendorf of Blair. 5th, Jeff Trumbull of Aurora. 4th, Todd Borzich of Valentine. 3rd, Guy Gilsdorf of Imperial. 2nd, Matt Parada of Omaha Roncalli. The 1992 Class B 189-pound Nebraska State Champion, Ryan Johnson of McCook. The Class C 189-pound medal winners: 6, Chad Kamazin of Valley. 5th, Brian Hutuk of Battle Creek. 4th, Ed Polanski of Hemingford. 3rd, Randy Kramer of Wisner-Pilger. 2nd, Jack Preble of Wilbur, Claytonia. The Class C 189-pound Nebraska State Champion, Nick Sather of Bennington. The Class D 189-pound medal winners: 6, Abe Wilder of Hyannis. 5th, Tim Phillips of Cambridge. 4th, Chris McCurdy of Elwood. 3rd, Jason Kruger of Winside. 2nd, Matt Garris of Humboldt. The 1992 Class D 189-pound Nebraska State Champion, Rex Hart of Culbertson. The Class A 275-pound medal winners: 6, Jeremy Green of Omaha Benson. 5th, Mike Bizig of Omaha Gross. 4th, Jason Hood of Ralston. 3rd, Ted Butler of Lincoln Southeast. 2nd, Ryan Smith of Scotts Bluff. The Class A 275-pound Nebraska State Champion, Damon Wells of Omaha Creighton Prep. The Class B 275-pound medal winners: 6, Shane Lawrence of Conestoga. 5th, Kurt Sheevan of Schuyler. 4th, Dana Moore of Elkhorn. 3rd, Jim Bauman of Fall City. 2nd, Chris Dishman of Cozad. The Class B 275-pound Nebraska State Champion, Jeff Ogard of St. Paul. The Class C 275-pound medal winners: 6, Gunnar Mumford of Hebron. 5th, Andrew Weevil of Rushville. 4th, Jeremy Mattinson of Neely. Third, Matt Hoskinson of Battle Creek. Second, Mike Radicke of Gibbon. The Class C 275-pound Nebraska State Champion, Scott Stara of David City. The Class D 275-pound medal winners, 6th, Dave Essman of Elwood. 5th, Richard Liking of Mullen. 4th, Dana Woolen of Wilcox. 3rd, Chris Paisley of Cambridge. 2nd, Mitch Cave of Weeping Water. The Class D 275-pound Nebraska State Champion, Trevor Top of Winside.
Bill Dolman and Bob Fears live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. The 1992 Nebraska State High School Wrestling Tournament has come to a close, and the final state champions have taken their rightful place atop the platform and accepted their medals. I want to remind you that this program is brought to you by people just like yourself, and if you would like to become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television, drop us a line at Nebraskans for Public Television, P.O. Box 83111, Department S, Lincoln, Nebraska 68501. Become a member today with your financial support, and we'd certainly appreciate it, and we certainly enjoy bringing activities like this to the people across Nebraska. The final team standings shape up this way. Lincoln High had a lead that they could hold on to, and Omaha North just couldn't catch them. And the Lincoln High Lynx win the 2nd state championship in their history and the 1st for a Lincoln team in the last 20 years. Omaha North is 2nd. Kearney comes in 3rd, edging out Gering and Grand Island. In Class B, the winner was decided long ago. It was McCook. Congratulations to Coach Dave Gordon. Takema Herman is in 2nd, O'Neill in 3rd, Cozad and Ashland Greenwood round out the top 5. In Class C, it was Rushville for the 2nd straight year, their 3rd team title in school history. They defeated David City, Burwell, Bennington, and Centennial, so congratulations to Coach Ward Wacker of Rushville. And in Class D, it was Greeley Spalding Academy with somewhat of an upset, but they performed very well in the finals today. They win the second state title in their history, and they snap Mullins' 3-year run as state champions. So congratulations to Edwin Rose of Greeley Spalding Academy. And of course, the coach at Lincoln High, I want to get him in, is Tom Christie. So congratulations to Coach Christie and the Lynx. The executive producer of NETV Sports is Steve Alvis. The 1992 State High School Wrestling Tournament has been produced and directed by Jim Carmichael. Our unit director is Martha Florence, and the remote engineer in charge is Dan Wright. And also want to give a special thanks to the director of the Nebraska School Activities Association, Condi Sargent, for all his help. And Bob, it was a great meet from start to finish. We had some excitement in the lighter weights, the middle weights, the upper weights. The team title in A went down to the wire. And congratulations to everybody. It was a great meet today.
It was a great tournament. As always, there were disappointments for people, but that's why we have that battle cry, wait until next year.
And wait till next year. We'll be certainly happy to bring you the 66th edition of the Nebraska State High School Wrestling Tournament here on Nebraska ETV. That will do it from the Devaney Sports Center.